This is the Tree of Life, Season 8, Chapter 3. In this episode, we will be talking about the manifestation of non-linearity in light of our discussion about synchronicity. To start out, synchronicity is created by the medium by which one's impulses are engaged via the attention. Often that medium is two-sided, in that distinct groups of actors are at distinct levels of the medium. For example, a video game is a medium whereby on one side are the players, whose impulses are engaged by the medium reactively through their attention via the willing suspension of disbelief. Then there are the creators, whose content shapes those reactive responses corresponding to those impulses. But mediums can also be simply in groups versus out groups. A closed social system is a medium as well, to the extent there is a tiered structure to that medium. In that, for example, the social hierarchy of the family produces an effect we heretofore called familial cannibalization, created by preferential expectation matching amongst specific group members. All of this is to say that the reciprocal direct ground pairing, which is the basic building block of the conjoined consensuality, namely where two variants exist on top of the other, one where one actor reciprocates, and the other variant where the other does, suggests that in more complex groups this basic building block forms a tiered relationship, with preferential expectation matching corresponding to a hierarchy of reciprocation. In other words, the medium by which the attention is fixed can be two-sided, or it can have many more layers, owing to the formation of a hierarchy of reciprocation created by preferential expectation matching. From the telescopic effect we saw that the local actors' objects are mere symbolic representations of the higher, and that analogous actions are conserved top-down relative to those objects. Which is to say that the local and global actor are separated by some medium, where the attention is fixed, which causes the impulses of the local actor and his perceptions to be shaped by the higher. In other words, every medium exists as a telescopic bridge between the experience of the global actor and the local actor according to the willing suspension of disbelief relative to that medium. From this we can see that the experience of dissonant spaces, within dissonant consensualities, becomes a manifestation of any subsisting two or more sided medium through which one's attention is fixed. To exist in these dissonant spaces is to exist in a state of dissociation created by the manufacture of a medium, which is a negational structure, to separate the self from that common experience. Likewise, we can see that the continuity created by that preferential expectation matching is a continuum not merely of a single kind. As you go higher in the hierarchy created by reciprocal altruism through preferential expectation matching, you see higher and higher levels of continuity. This results in tighter and tighter associations between verbalizations and specific words. Non-linearity is a product not just of the space between a dissonant consensuality and the conjoined consensuality. It is the product of the creation of a negational structure which acts as a medium for the attention, creating a two-sided relationship to some other. That's the end of the podcast for today.